That voice, it can't be. Michael froze mid-step, coffee splashing over his cup's rim. The woman on the radio had Sarah's voice, exactly her voice. But Sarah had been dead for 5 years. The world around him blurred as he stood transfixed in his kitchen, the morning sunlight streaming through the window suddenly feeling cold against his skin. The radio host continued the interview, and with each word the female guest's voice sent shivers down Michael's spine. The same husky timbre, the distinctive laugh that always ended with a small intake of breath. It was uncanny. "Dad, you okay?" 10-year-old Emma appeared at his side, her brow furrowed with concern. Michael blinked, trying to regain his composure. Yes, sweetheart. Just, do you hear that woman on the radio?" Emma tilted her head, listening. "The one talking about her book. What about her?" "She sounds exactly like your mother." Emma's eyes widened. Though she had been only 5 when Sarah died of a sudden aneurysm, she remembered her mother's voice. Michael had made sure of that, playing videos and recordings regularly so Emma would never forget. "Oh my God, she does!" Emma exclaimed, moving closer to the radio. "Who is she?" Michael turned up the volume just as the interview was concluding. That was Olivia Brennan, reading from her debut memoir Echoes of Another Life. She'll be signing copies tonight at Riverdale Bookstore at 7 p.m. "Thanks for joining us, Olivia." "Olivia Brennan," Michael whispered, the name unfamiliar yet somehow important. "Emma, we're going to that book signing." "Really? But it's a school night." "This is important," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "I need to see her." The Riverdale Bookstore was packed. Michael stood at the back of the line, clutching a copy of Echoes of Another Life, his heart racing. Emma fidgeted beside him, occasionally standing on her tiptoes to catch a glimpse of the author. "Dad, look." Emma pointed toward the front of the store where a woman with chestnut hair sat at a table. "Is that her?" Michael couldn't see her face clearly from their position, but something about her posture, the way she tilted her head as she listened to a reader's question, was hauntingly familiar. As they inched closer, Michael read the book's back cover. It described Olivia Brennan as an adoptee who had spent her life searching for her biological family, only to discover through a DNA test that she had an identical twin sister she never knew existed. His hands began to tremble. Sarah had been adopted too, raised by loving parents who had passed away before she and Michael met. She'd never searched for her biological family, content with the small family she and Michael had created. Finally they reached the front of the line. Emma went ahead while Michael hung back, suddenly unsure. "Hi, I'm Emma," his daughter said brightly. "My dad says you sound exactly like my mom." Olivia's smile faltered, and she looked up. Her eyes, Sarah's eyes, found Michael's, and the world seemed to stop. Her face was Sarah's face, but with subtle differences: a small scar above her eyebrow, slightly sharper cheekbones, hair a shade darker. "Oh, I'm sorry," Michael said, stepping forward. "My daughter is very direct. I'm Michael Winters, and you sound exactly like my late wife Sarah." Olivia stared at him, her mouth slightly open. "Sarah Winters?" Michael nodded, confused. "You knew her?" "No," Olivia whispered, "but I've been looking for her. Or rather, for anyone related to her." Her hands trembled as she reached for her purse and pulled out a folder. "I found out 2 years ago that I had a twin sister, separated at birth. All I had was a name from sealed adoption records that I managed to access. Sarah Mitchell, her name before marriage." She opened the folder and turned it toward Michael. Inside was a DNA test result confirming a twin match, and a grainy photo of a baby, Sarah's adoption photo, one Michael had seen before in Sarah's own keepsakes. "She was my sister," Olivia said, tears forming in her eyes. "And I've been searching for her ever since, but all trails went cold. Until now." Emma gasped, looking between her father and Olivia. "So you're my aunt?" Olivia's gaze shifted to Emma, really seeing her for the first time. "You have her eyes," she said softly. "Our eyes." The bookstore manager approached, concerned about the growing line, but Olivia held up a hand. "I need a moment. This is family. Family." The word hung in the air between them. Later that night, after rearranging the signing to accommodate their unexpected reunion, Olivia joined Michael and Emma at their home. They sat in the living room, surrounded by photo albums and memories. She never knew she was a twin, Michael explained, showing Olivia pictures of Sarah throughout her life. Her adoptive parents only told her she was adopted, nothing more. Olivia traced Sarah's face in their wedding photo. We could have had each other all these years. Why were we separated? Why didn't anyone tell us? Different families wanted different things, Michael said gently. Back then twins were often split up for adoption. I always felt like something was missing, Olivia confessed. A phantom limb I couldn't explain. When I found out about her, I was desperate to find her, to fill that void. Her voice broke. And now I'm too late. Emma, who had been quiet, suddenly stood up. Wait here, she said, running to her room. She returned with a small jewelry box. Mom recorded this for me, before a surgery she had when I was 4. She was scared something might happen. Nothing did then, but she never took it back. Emma opened the box, and Sarah's voice filled the room. Hello, my sweet girl. If you're listening to this, then something happened to me. But I need you to know that I'm always with you, in your heart, and in the world around you. The best parts of me live on in you. Be brave, be kind, and know that you are so loved. Tears streamed down Olivia's face as she heard her own voice, her sister's voice, speaking words she had never said. She's been gone for 5 years, Michael said softly, but sometimes, it feels like yesterday. And now hearing your voice. I can't replace her, Olivia said quickly. No one's asking you to, Michael assured her. But Emma deserves to know her family, all of her family. And I think Sarah would have wanted to know you. Emma took Olivia's hand. Will you tell me about your life? I want to know everything about you. Olivia smiled through her tears. I'd love that. And maybe you can tell me about my sister, the person she was beyond these photos. She was amazing, Emma said proudly. Dad, can Aunt Olivia stay for dinner? Michael looked at Olivia. This stranger with his wife's face, his wife's voice, carrying half of his wife's DNA, and felt something shift inside him. Not romantic interest, not a replacement for what he'd lost, but something new, family expanding in an unexpected direction. She can stay as long as she likes, he said. Over the following months, Olivia became a regular presence in their lives. She moved her book tour dates around to spend more time in their city, eventually renting an apartment nearby. Emma flourished under her aunt's attention, delighting in discovering traits they shared with Sarah. The same allergies, the same habit of humming while concentrating, the same inability to wink without closing both eyes. For Michael, having Olivia in their lives was both healing and painful, a constant reminder of what he'd lost, but also a gift. Through her, parts of Sarah lived on that he'd thought were gone forever. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching Emma play in the yard, Olivia turned to Michael. I've been offered a permanent position at the university here. I'm thinking of taking it. You'd stay permanently? She nodded. If that's okay with you both. I know it might be strange, having me around looking like her. It was strange at first, Michael admitted, but now it's just you. Your family, Olivia. Emma needs you, and honestly, I think I do too. I found what I was looking for, Olivia said quietly. Not in the way I expected, but I found my sister through you and Emma. I feel whole for the first time in my life. Inside the house, the phone rang, and Emma ran to answer it. They could hear her excited chatter floating through the open window. She's so much like Sarah, Olivia observed. Yes, Michael agreed. But she's becoming more like you too. The way she tilts her head when she's thinking. That's all, Aunt Olivia. Olivia laughed, a sound so like Sarah's that it no longer caused Michael pain to hear it. Instead, it felt like a bridge between past and present, between loss and healing. Emma bounded back onto the porch. That was Lily inviting me for a sleepover. Can I go, Dad, please? Sure, sweetheart. I'll drop you off. Actually, Olivia interjected. I could take her if you'd like a quiet evening. Emma looked between them hopefully. Michael nodded. That would be great. Thanks. As Olivia helped Emma gather her things, Michael watched them together, his daughter and her aunt, this unexpected extension of their family that had appeared like a miracle when they needed it most. Life would never be what it was before Sarah died. That future had been irretrievably lost. But as he watched Olivia help Emma into her coat, mirroring expressions on their faces as they laughed about something, Michael realized they had found something new, not a replacement for what was lost, but a different kind of wholeness. When they left, Emma waved from the car window. "Love you, Dad." "Love you too, sweetheart," he called back. Olivia caught his eye and smiled, a smile that was uniquely hers, despite the face that carried it. As their car disappeared down the street, Michael felt a sense of peace wash over him. In the most unexpected way, their family circle had broken and reformed, different but strong. Somewhere, he liked to think, Sarah was smiling too. Did Michael and Olivia's story touch your heart? Some bonds transcend even death. If you crave more emotional journeys like this one, hit subscribe now. Share with someone who understands loss and healing. Comment your thoughts. Was finding Olivia fate or chance? Your support helps us create more stories that echo in your soul.